you became a member of the Cape Cod League Baseball Hall of Fame.
But yeah, that was might be. I think it is the biggest honor that I've ever had in my life with sports. Uh, and like it was great because even though my kids were little, they weren't that little where they couldn't appreciate it because I was done playing by the time my kids were born, pretty much. And it was just a really nice, great honor that is. I look back on it now. It was the best sports honor. It was pretty funny too because what my recollection of it was my my like so there was like 7 or 8 of us inducted, right? And all these guys are making their like that morning they're writing working on their speeches, practicing their speeches, right, that they had written out. And I hadn't written anything down. And so my daughter, who was like probably, I guess, 11 or 12, she was 12. She's like, "Oh my gosh, Dad, you haven't written, everybody's working on, you haven't written anything down. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a disaster." And I'm like, you're making me nervous now. Right before I spoke, the head of the Cape Cod Baseball League was speaking, and he was touting all the greatness and the history of the Cape Cod League, and among other things, that last year the Cape Cod League website had 2.4 million hits on its website, and he said it's an all-time high by far this past year. And so when I got up, I said, I don't mean to, minimize the Cape Cod League or its website, but I've got to be honest with you. Out of the 2.4 million hits the Cape Cod League got on its website this past year, 1.8 million came from me after I found out I made the Hall of Fame. And like my daughter, who was so nervous, like was dying laughing in the front row. I mean, I thought she was going to fall over. But no, that was a really that's like a great honor that I look back on. I still can't believe that those were the two, and I said this in my speech. Those were the 2 best summers of my life, and it comprised about 120 days of my whole life. And they were the 2 greatest summers I've ever had.